Good afternoon, and welcome to St. Tammany Parish's Emergency Operations Center here in downtown Covington. As we're here to give some updates on what is now Tropical Storm Francine and what is expected to be Hurricane Francine sometime tomorrow as it approaches St. Tammany Parish in the cone of uncertainty as it appears today, sometime tomorrow afternoon, early evening. I'd like to acknowledge by groups who are here with us today at this press conference update. We have members of our North Shore delegation, legislative delegation, here with us, members of the Parish Council, Parish Department heads for St. Tammany Parish government. Thank you all for being here, including Emergency Operations Center Director Clint Orey, Mayor Madden from Mandeville, Mayor Johnson from City of Covington, our fire districts, representative of our fire districts, we thank you for being here, members of the press, the media, and I think I've just about covered everybody. Our Sheriff's Department representatives as well. Here with me at the podium is Sheriff Randy Smith, CLECO Representative Eric Schwartz, School Board Superintendent Frank Jabby, and Emergency Operations Director Clint Orey. I'm urging our citizens to have all preparations completed today ahead of the storm. As I drove in this morning to work and here again this afternoon, I see long lines at the service stations and parking lots filled at the grocery stores. I still urge our citizens to any preparations that they're going to make to do so today, as we know that the weather's going to become increasingly inclement tomorrow. Please plan to stay home and off the roads tomorrow. St. Tammany Parish government offices and our local schools will be closed tomorrow and Thursday. This morning I signed an executive order declaring a parish-wide state of emergency in St. Tammany Parish ahead of the anticipated effects of Tropical Storm Francine. I'm asking all residents to shelter in place if that becomes necessary, or evacuate if you feel that you're in an area that is in low-lying areas, and if you do so, please do before the heavy rains and winds approach our area. Tomorrow we anticipate heavy rainfall, which may lead to street flooding and road closures. We anticipate tropical storm force wind gusts, which will lead to downed trees and power lines. We'll likely see some electrical outages with this storm. And please be prepared for such and be patient. Lake Pontchartrain and our rivers will be high due to the southeast winds. We're expecting about a 2 to 4 foot storm surge, which will ultimately cause riverine flooding. And when the rivers back up and when we have heavy rains, that's a recipe for water standing in your ditches, your roads, and in your yards in many cases. So please be patient. We do not have pumps to turn on a switch to drain the water. If the lake is high, it's gonna be difficult for your local rain water to drain south. Again, this may prevent water from being able to drain quickly. Please stay off the roads and do not attempt to drive through water-covered roadways. Our utility providers and contractors are prepared and ready to respond. They have confirmed activation of their emergency response plans. Those are CLECO, Washington St. Tammany Electric, and Entergy. All three companies serve our parish. Our Public Works Department has equipment and crews strategically placed and ready to be deployed once it is safe to do so. Our debris removal contractors are on standby and ready to mobilize immediately following the storm when conditions allow. We currently have 5 self-service sandbag locations throughout the parish. Many of you have utilized them already. Many of our citizens have utilized those. The Airport Road barn in Slidell, the Fritchie barn on Military Road in Slidell. We have the Keller Public Works barn in the Lacombe area. We have Coop Drive off of Highway 59, Mandeville, next to our parish government offices, and here in Covington at the parish fairgrounds. Those 5 locations are open throughout the rest of today and tomorrow morning to a point where the weather requires us to close the sandbag locations. Our Department of Utilities is prepared for this event. We provide water and wastewater collection and treatment for many areas of this parish. We now have more generators in service for backup in the event of power outages to operate our wells and to operate our treatment facilities and sewer lift stations. We have more now than we did in a previous storm 3 years ago, Hurricane Ida. I want to urge our citizens to conserve water and minimize their water usage and wastewater leaving their homes during extended power outages. Please keep your pets and animals safe and secure during the storm. Be sure that they have collars in the event they go stray. Please check with your providers regarding garbage pickup and recycling. I know some of the companies have already sent out messages regarding that. I would venture to say that garbage pickup from the big providers will not be provided tomorrow, but please check with them in the event you have not received any messages. All public, private, and parochial schools will be closed tomorrow and Thursday unless you've received reports otherwise from your private and public schools, private and parochial schools. We're well prepared for this storm. We have been through bigger, stronger storms, and we have a good idea of what to expect with Francine. As we know, it's coming to the west of us, projected now in the center around the Baton Rouge area. So we will receive tropical storm effects late tomorrow afternoon. Please stay off the roads and allow our excellent fire districts, our local law enforcement agencies, our sheriff's department, our EMS teams to respond to emergencies. Immediately following the storm, our crews will be out assessing damage, and it's imperative that our roadways remain clear so that we can get back to normal as quickly as possible. Our debris contractors are primarily responsible for the push, what we call the push, removing trees and debris off the roadways immediately after the storm. But we also have assistance from our Public Works Department. We have equipment, as I said earlier, staged around the parish. And our fire districts also participate in the initial push and debris removal in the initial stages as well. So we're thankful for them. Please stay weather aware, stay off the roads, and stay safe, St. Tammany. I'm going to give some information at the end of this press conference regarding how to get in touch with us. But at this time, I'd like to call on some of the individuals that are here with us today that would like to give their message. And first, I'll call on Sheriff Randy Smith. Sheriff?
Thank you, Mr. President. We are anticipating a lot of rainfall, a lot of wind damage. The low-lying areas of St. Tammany Parish that are regularly flood during rainstorms, we expect to see again. We have all our essential personnel that will be out in double shifts. Our non-essential will be off tomorrow since our administration office is closed. I've been in contact with all our first responders throughout St. Tammany Parish, working with the EMS and fire districts and our municipal police departments to provide the best quality of service when we are needed. If there is an emergency and you need us, call 911. We will respond. We will have people out and about to keep you and your property safe. With that being said, do not drive through high water areas where you can be ticketed and pay up to a $500 fine. If the road is barricaded or blocked or has water over it, we suggest you turn around or go around and not to drive through it to push water in someone else's homes. We prepare for the worst and hopefully hope for the best in this storm. We're going to monitor it just like we want you to do. Something also that I want to reiterate is looking after one another, thy neighbor. A lot of elderly and senior citizens in our parish that aren't equipped with generators and backup power and medications and oxygen and that type of thing. So reach out to them. If you know somebody, just text them or call them and make sure that they're okay, because if they need us, again, we will respond as well to provide any assistance. Once the storm has passed and it starts to clear up, we ask you to stay off the road, not to go out and sightsee, while all our first responders and our linemen can get to work to get everything cleaned up, get your power back on, and keep us all safe. Thank you.
Thanks, Sheriff. Frank Jabby with St. Tammany Parish School Board.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, President Cooper. Appreciate you guys having me. Starting today at 5 p.m., all of our campuses will be closed. All after-school activities at that point will be canceled and rescheduled at the next available date. Once it is clear and the storm has passed, our administrative teams will head out and assess our schools and our campuses. A lot of us returning to normal depends on power, and it depends on debris and the shape of our campuses. As President Cooper has said, we have been through these situations before, so we are prepared to do so. So we'll be working with the parish officials and with CLECO and all of our providers to see where we stand. We are expecting, of course, to have power outages. That's just South Louisiana and where we live. But we will do our very best to assess those things Thursday as soon as possible so that we can give notification to our families of what to expect possibly Friday or into Monday. So we will keep everyone posted on where things stand, but we've got to get through this storm and then assess our buildings and assess the situation, and then we'll move from there. We're just urging everyone to follow and heed the warnings, do what you've got to do to protect your family and protect your property, and just take care of yourself over the next 36, 48 hours, and then everything else will work itself out and we'll be able to do what we need to do. But thank you very much.
Thanks, sir. Thank you. And now Eric Schwartz with CLECO.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good to be with you today. CLECO continues to monitor the storm and prepare for the tropical storm that will ultimately be a hurricane that is forecasted to hit Louisiana's coast. So in addition to our normal personnel that's in place, we brought in 1,700 additional resources already. They're staged across the Acadiana and the North Lake region. That includes line mechanics, distribution level line mechanics, that includes transmission line mechanics, that includes tree trimmers and vegetation specialists that work in the region. We've also secured helicopters, and we now use drones quite a bit for storm assessment. Please keep in mind that once the storm passes, we're in an assessment mode. What we can repair and we'll continue to work as long as we can is usually the winds get up to about 35, 40 miles an hour. When the guys are in bucket trucks and working, we have to limit their ability to restore. So we'll pull them off the lines as the storm is going through, and then they'll get back on it and begin that restoration process. Those out-of-area workers, at this time, we do not plan to open up what we call remote staging areas. We're going to use our existing service center in St. Tammany and the one in Slidell. It should manage us quite well for the storm, but we are prepared to open up 1 or 2 remote areas if needed as we move forward. We also really encourage our customers, as we prepare to help and support the restoration of this event, that you make plans ahead of time as well. It's also critical to us that you give us a little time to get out in the field and be able to safely set up. So if you can stay in place, the longer you can remain in your home in a safe spot, the better it is for you as far as no public contact with our system, down power lines, etc. But it's also the ability for us to set up, collaborate with the sheriff, collaborate with the Emergency Operations Center here for St. Tammany and those crews, and get that good push to clear the roads where we can safely restore power. Do want to let you know that we will have our offices closed tomorrow. So Covington, Mandeville, and Slidell will be closed. If you follow clico.com, we have a lot of tips on safety. We'll keep you posted on the offices. We also have our outage map systems that will be up to date. Those are the best places to get immediate information and to be able to communicate effectively with the company. With that, I do want to make a clear point. Generator safety. Every year, for a hurricane or a storm, someone loses their lives related to carbon monoxide in generators. Portable generators cannot be operated in a covered location, in a garage. They need to be away from the home. And the most important thing I can share with you is, please do not plug an electrical cord into a generator and plug that cord directly into your home. You're energizing your home, but you're also energizing the Clico power system. You're backfeeding back through the system, which is a dangerous situation for anyone that's working on the system. If you have any questions related to these tips, etc., please go to clico.com. We'll look forward to a safe restoration event and continuing to communicate with you effectively. Thank you.
Thank you for those points, Eric, safety points. I'm now, before I close, I'm going to open it up to questions, brief questions from the press.
What about any shelters or anything?
At this time, we have a shelter identified, and we'll make that noted if and such time that we need to open a shelter.
Mike, given your experience and the current track, where do you expect to see some low-level flooding in the parish?
We can expect to see the low-level flooding in areas that along Lake Pontchartrain and along the rivers that have experienced flooding before. With a 2 to 4 foot storm surge predicted, we can expect Mandeville along Lakeshore Drive for water to come over the embankment. In Madisonville, the Madisonville area, the rivers are going to back up. I can't predict how far into the town water may go, but we can expect what we've seen before. Heavy rains, storm surge in Lake Pontchartrain is going to push water up, and it's going to prevent water from draining. In the Lacombe and Slidell areas as well. You've got your low-lying areas along Bayou Liberty, Bayou Bonfaka, and the Pearl. So those low-lying areas can expect. We also have roadways with dips in them that will prevent traffic from moving in and out, local traffic from moving in and out. And those who live in those areas typically know what to expect, and we urge our citizens to be aware that this weather can be the same as what we have experienced before.
Are there already places that have water in them? I understand there's some that already do.
Hello, Meg. So, yes, again, with the rains from last week and with the wind, there may be some low-lying areas that are in roadways that already have water over the roadways.
And one more thing, there are, in other parishes, there are people who are still in FEMA trailers from Ida. There are people who still have their homes and businesses aren't repaired, and they are being asked, well, by contract, that you can't stay in a FEMA trailer. Does St. Tammany still have people who are trying to recover from Ida, who are in a special, situation, dangerous situation?
We do not. Ida was 3 years ago, and if there were any temporary housing because of that, that is no longer in place right now. Thank you.
Frank, does it appear to be pretty much an IDA scenario, or are there differences here that you think might not be quite as bad for the parish?
Well, I'd like to think it's not an IDA scenario. Even though the path is to the west of us, I think the direction that it's coming in, the fact that it's still a tropical storm and the fact that it's predicted to move rather quickly, I'm just hoping that it's far enough west to where we don't get the impacts that we did for Ida. Alex?
Are you guys recommending evacuations at all? Is there any thought that evacuations might be recommended?
No, at this point, we only ask our citizens to take their own family situations under consideration if they wish to move, or I don't like to even use that word, if they wish to leave their homes in advance of a storm, they're certainly urged to do so. But if not, and you're in an area that's low-lying or is susceptible to getting roadways inundated, I would suggest that they be prepared to stay in place, shelter in place for a period of time.
Sheriff Smith, so many trees, so many power lines. We see the utility crews go in as soon as they can, as well as your people after the storm is over. Will your people be working with utility crews to try and keep the roads clear so that they can get in and do their job to help restore power?
Right, all our emergency personnel, all of the deputy sheriffs and the municipal police departments, and including our partners with the fire districts, are equipped with high water vehicles for rescue purposes. And when it comes to clearing the roadways, we're also equipped with chainsaws to work with one another. When again, once the storm is passed, we do our damage assessment. We want to get the roads open as quick as possible, but as safe as possible as well, to get these linemen in place to restore power. We don't take this storm lightly because of the movement towards the east, which is closer to us. And again, we're prepared for any emergencies that arise. We just want the citizens of this parish to be prepared as well. Thank you.
If I could just share a quick comment on that. Yeah. Just to let you guys know from a CLECO perspective how we collaborate with the Sheriff's Office, we embed an employee in the Emergency Operations Center here. They'll be here 24/7, rotated in and out to make sure that when the power lines are there, if they're energized, obviously our guys have to collaborate. So that happens through the EOC with calls connecting to the fire departments and all the public services. In addition to that, CLECO will have the Manager of Governmental Affairs is embedded at GOSEP. So if there's any major issues at the governor's level, we're embedded there, and we're connected to Louisiana Public Service Commission as well, reporting and providing feedback to them. Okay.
One more question about the rivers, because we've all seen in the years where those rivers have backed up and went to people's homes. It's usually a delay, a few days after the storm passes through and then upriver water comes down. When could that happen? How many days do you want people to be on notice with that?
That's a good question, Meg. Our rivers, primarily the Tchefuncte, the Bogaflaya, the Bogachita, and the Pearl, those are the ones we monitor. Those are the ones we have gauges. And depending on the amount of rainfall, those rivers will crest at different times in the days to come. We have representatives that monitor the rivers and will give us notices so that we can provide that information to the public. But those rivers will be monitored and information will be passed on. And with regards to passing on information, or receiving information and passing on, I'd like to provide information to our citizens how they can reach St. Tammany Parish government and how we're going to be deploying information out, pushing that information out so that our citizens will get that, have current information. Our website is stpgov.org, stpgov.org. You can navigate through that to find anything you need about St. Tammany Parish government. Our social media is Facebook, St. Tammany Parish, Facebook, St. Tammany Parish page. We have public information television station, STBG TV, primarily can be seen on Charter Spectrum, channel 710, and it could also be seen on Facebook, UVerse 99, channel 99. And our primary phone number for our citizens to call in is 985-898-2700. Those phone calls will be forwarded to our EOC. With regards to activation of our Emergency Operations Center, it will be on partial activation starting tomorrow morning and throughout the storm event under the direction of Emergency Operations Director Clint Orey. As Mr. Schwartz indicated, we'll have representatives of CLECO, DOTD, faith-based organizations, fire, police, law enforcement, emergency medical, and other stakeholders and partners to assist our citizens and to assist getting assets and need to fill the needs of our citizens as needed. And so we'll be here beginning tomorrow full-time until the storm passes and until the response is no longer needed from this storm. I want to thank again our local police, fire, sheriff's department, our parish council members represented by Council Chairman Arthur Laughlin, and the entire parish council, and our mayors representing the municipalities, our state legislative delegation that's here. We will be pushing out information to our council members, to our state legislative delegation, to our congressional delegation. See Caroline here on behalf of U.S. Senator John Kennedy. And I want to acknowledge Chris Massagill, St. Tammany Corp., and Keith Esperdon with St. Tammany Court, and I see Kathy Stewart with U.S. Senator Cassidy's office. So we'll be getting the information out to our local representatives and council members so they can share message with our constituents. We ask our citizens to be aware of the weather, stay in tune to local media, and stay in tune with St. Tammany Parish government. But we're going to get messages out to you, and we ask you to stay safe and stay off the roads. Thank you. If there's no other questions, this is a wrap.